Hello everyone, Bartling here, and I hope you and yours are having a sunnier, warmer day. So today I'm going to talk about a subject that is near and dear to my heart. Being married over 52 years, I would say this is very near and dear to my heart. Question for you. What is the opposite of talking? No, not listening. One definition, the opposite of talking is waiting. Yes, waiting. You're hearing, but you're not listening. You're waiting to talk, not listening. Another definition could be the opposite of talking is texting. You know, the older I am, the more that I think, and I think active listening is important. You know, one advantage of talking to yourself is even if no one else is listening, by talking to yourself, at least you have an audience of one. Now, I'm sure we've all been in situations where we're supposed to be listening to someone, and our minds, they start to wander off other places, other things. Yes, even in church, we might be nodding along and saying, amen, every now and then, but really, we're not paying attention. And let's be honest, sometimes we just need a good distraction from a long-winded speaker. But the thing is, when you're not actively listening, we're missing out on some very valuable information and might even end up looking like a fool. Like I remember the time I was in a meeting and I completely missed the instructions. Why? Because I was daydreaming. I was thinking about a delicious burrito at El Sombrero that I was going to have later, brought to me by Elizabeth or Sarah. So how can I be a better active listener without losing my mind? Well, first of all, we need to get our priorities straight. Sometimes we need to put aside our phones, our social media, and even our favorite snacks for just a little while and just focus on the person speaking. Secondly, we need to learn how to stay engaged with the person talking, even if they're not the most captivating speaker. One thing I do is I kind of play a mind game with myself. I try to count how many times the person says or It keeps me engaged, and it's a great way to really listen. Thirdly, we should practice clarifying and confirming our understanding, maybe our even biases. You know, I say the word red. You might think of a color, but it might be he read the book, or that person is so angry they're seeing red. So we can do this confirming and clarifying in a fun way. We can pretend that maybe it's a game show and we have to answer questions on what the person is saying. So I have to listen. And if I get it right, I win a prize. Well, maybe not a real prize, but you kind of get the idea. Lastly, active listening doesn't have to be all serious all the time. We can use humor to connect with the person speaking, and it will make them feel at ease. I think of a TV show back in the past. It was called Taxi. Now, Jim, one of the drivers, had to retest his license, and he was so nervous and didn't think he was going to pass it at all. So the crew said to Jim, "We will go with you to give you confidence and to help you." So there was Jim that day down at the desk taking his written test, and the crew was kind of over at a table, a counter. All of a sudden, Jim looks at them with those puppy dog eyes and says, "What does the yellow light signal mean?" And they said back to him, "Go slower." He looks at them. He says, "What does the yellow light signal mean?" It's always good to add humor. Sometimes when someone is talking, I like to imagine their inner voice. What is it saying to them right then? How are they connecting or not connecting with the audience? Now, maybe it's just me, but hey, it works for me. In conclusion, active listening might not sound like the most exotic topic, but if you can work at it and be an expert, it's going to help you. It's crucial in our communication skills. Again, 52 years plus being married. So let's put down the distractions, stay engaged, play some mind games with ourselves, and add a little humor to those conversations. Thanks for listening, or pretending to at least. And until we talk again, you take care.